Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula is launching the National Taxi Lekgotla Public Discourse. If I may just explain it a bit simpler, this is somewhat of a suggestion box where many of the stakeholders in the taxi industry will be able to voice out some of their concerns with the taxi industry, but as well as their suggestions as to what they want the taxi industry to look like. We're going to get right into it. Minister, thank you so much for joining us. You did say in the podium there that you are trying to create what will be a blueprint of shaping the taxi industry in the future. Just take us through that.
Yes, we are seeking a compact between us and the taxi industry to finish off where our forebears started, to take up the issue of, resolve the issue of regulating the industry, law enforcement, and that is the first thing we actually look at. The second part is looking at the empowerment model and the subsidy. That is what is important for us that we'll be looking at. We look at the empowerment model and subsidy. We will also look at formalization of the industry. Once we have reached an agreement on all these issues, professionalization automatically will fall into place in terms of customer care, safety and all of that.
In Gauteng, we talk about the Commission of Inquiry into taxi violence. And are you hoping that perhaps this particular dialogue that you will be having, hopefully a robust one, will be able to solve even those issues of izinkabi and hitmen in the taxi industry that are in a form of a criminal element?
No, that commission can continue. The fact of the matter is that the taxi Lekgotla is not a talk shop. If you understand it and understand the content of it, it's a fixing Lekgotla. You seek agreement on these things. Once you've got agreement, you implement. If I implement subsidy and formalization from 1st of April next year, over a period of time, criminal element and everything else will sift out of the system. And then we'll know what business we're dealing with, who's illegal, who's legal. And then the criminal element will be able to basically put it in its place.
All right, thank you so much, Minister of Transport, Minister Fikile Mbalula, taking us through some of the plans that will be in place, particularly looking at the Lekgotla, which will be a conversion of all the stakeholders in the industry to try and find solutions. But he has conceded that, in fact, South Africa is very, very low when it comes to the standard of public transport. But we will see, of course, on the 28th, or rather 29th of October, a 3-day summit that will be looking at finding solutions and formalizing the taxi industry.
Former IPID boss Robert McBride will be cross-examined at the state capture inquiry today. McBride has previously postponed appearing before the commission for questioning. In his testimony, he implicated some members of law enforcement agencies. Former KwaZulu-Natal Hawks head Johan Boyson is also scheduled for cross-examination. Soldiers implicated in the death of Alexandra resident Collins Khoza acted improperly, irregularly and in contravention of their code of conduct. The military ombud has found that the Defence Force members who entered the Khoza residence to search for liquor did so in the absence of police officers. Khoza died in April, allegedly after an altercation with soldiers who accused him of violating lockdown regulations. Defence Minister Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula briefed Parliament about the matter yesterday.